everybody and welcome to a different sort of video today. My name's Michelle and this is my channel Lilac Cottage Crafts. I thought I would do a video of myself actually cross stitching. It's in segments because I didn't want to show you the parts where I'm fighting to try and see the end of the yarn, whatever you know, to be able to see, and I don't want you seeing the back of my work because I do have a messy back. It's not pleasant to sight. So the very first part of this video is at normal speed, so you probably notice that you know, I'm not fast. This is being done on a 28 count, and sometimes I do have to count because I'm doing like, you're doing like, if you've ever used this sort of linen, what I'm doing, you kind of count 3 little holes, so you like 3 up, 3 across, so you may see me sometimes counting the 3 to get across. This is a Poutini cross stitch and it's called Welcome Summer. It also comes with some little buttons to put on. You have an option with the Poutini ones of either putting on the buttons or actually cross stitching what the buttons would be. I haven't made my mind up yet. This is going to be for a friend. I'm hoping to get it done for Christmas. I know beach huts seems like a bit of a funny theme to give somebody for Christmas, but she's Christmas mad. So and sorry, she's Christmas mad. She's beach theme mad. Sorry. And so I saw this and I just thought of her as soon as I saw it. I thought it's her colours with the beach theme, and also it's the beach theme that she's, you know, got all over her flat. So she has no idea that I'm doing this for her, and I want to get it done obviously for Christmas, and we're just about heading into October now, and I need to find a frame for it as well. With it, if I decide to put the buttons on, then that might make it a bit more difficult for what frame I use. So that's why I'm not sure which way I'm going with it yet. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this one, and what I'm doing now on the video is, it's really easy once you've done the first beach hut. I think the first one I did was the yellow one because I kind of started in the middle. I do both. I kind of tend to start in the middle with a lot of them if I'm not sure about the positioning for the picture. See, I think, yeah, we've gone into now sped up. So yeah, I wish I could cross stitch that fast. It'd be great. But yeah, I have seen some frames that I think I might want to get. I think it was the range. But I've also got another cross stitch that I really want to get done this year, which is I think it's called Night Watch by Blackbird Designs, and it's a sort of Halloween type one. It's a sampler, so it's got the alphabet at the bottom, but you put the year on, and I really want to get it done in 2022. I don't want to have 2023 on it because I'm weird. I like even numbers, not odd numbers. So I really want to get that done this year. Now I know some people also are interested in where you cross stitch, what your setup is. Now this here, I'm actually cross stitching, even though I have a craft room, I'm actually doing it at my kitchen table. I will cross stitch anywhere I can, really. So my main places that I do it is, my main place is, like I said here, this is the kitchen table. I like that because I can spread things out, and I can, it's great because I can put, I mean, especially with this particular pattern, because the instructions, the pattern for what you're doing is very large, which is good because it means I can see it. but it's not good if you want to sort of sit somewhere where you haven't got a lot of room. And so a table was great. I could do it in my craft room. If we didn't have the dog, I would, and I know that sounds weird, but because I spend all day in my office because I work from home, I want to spend time with the dog. But if I want to be in a different room, say my husband's watching something, I don't want to watch it, so I want to be in a different room, it's just easier to go and be set up on the kitchen table. And then the dog, he has a little area that's in the kitchen. It's in like this utility bit, but it doesn't have a door on it, and he's got a little cubby hole where if you wanted a dryer, you would have put a dryer in there. I just made it into a space for the dog, so he's got a bed and a couple of toys and cushions and stuff in there. And he loves it, although a lot of the time he'll lie in front of it as well, which is bizarre. You think he's got that nice comfy bed that costs like 70 quid, and now he's lying on the floor in front of it looking like, you know, what did you buy me that for? But yeah, the other places I'll cross stitch is in bed, which again, you think, oh well, you know, I mean, we've got a king size bed, and my husband stays up a lot later than me and watches a lot of stuff that I don't watch. That's when he gets to watch his stuff, and I'll watch my stuff whilst I'm cross stitching in bed. We haven't got a television in the bedroom. I banned a television in the bedroom because I just thought he'll just never get up, my husband, at night, in the morning, and he'll be up until all hours at night and I won't be able to sleep. So I said, no, we are not having. I've had that in every single house we've ever had. No television in the bedroom, but I'll watch things on my iPad. And so I'll sit watching my iPad, and the dog will sit next to me on the bed, and then again, I can't have my stuff out, and I'm frightened to death of accidentally leaving something. Like, my husband goes mad about me crafting in bed because he's like, I don't want to find a needle, like a knitting needle, a crochet hook, or one of your little tiny needles or pins. And actually the other week there was a pin in the bed. I think it fell out of something that I didn't use the pins in the bed, but I think it fell out of something I'd had. And yeah, I found a pin in the bed. Luckily it was on my side, otherwise I would have been in big trouble. I once slept with a stitch marker in the bed and didn't realise, which is really weird because I'm normally like the princess and the pea. If the bed is not quite right, I normally can tell. So how on earth I've sometimes slept with the like sort of stitch marker or something like that in the bed, I don't know. But yeah, so I think, and sometimes I'll cross stitch in the lounge as well, downstairs in the lounge. I'm saying downstairs because I'm in my office at the moment, as if you know where I am. But the only thing with that is because I wear one of those, you know, those glasses you can get that are magnified, and then they have a light on them. Because I use those, I kind of feel a bit conscious that my husband won't be able to see the television because I've got this light. And there has been a few times this week when I've been in the lounge and we've been watching, I think Andor we've been watching, and a couple of other things. I can't remember what else we've watched. And I've turned around to answer him a question and he's like, oh, I'm blinded by the light. So yeah, I do kind of feel a bit conscious that my miner's lamp, as it kind of is a bit like is shining into the television and ruining the view, and then also I could be blinding my husband. Yeah, so there you go. But these beach huts on here, because I think I started talking about it and I digressed, are really easy because once you've done one, you are following the exact same pattern, and it's not like you've got loads of different colours. You've got everything's the same colour apart from the beach hut itself. So you've got the green, the yellow and the blue beach huts, and other than that everything's all the same, the white and the red, and then eventually there's a little bit of I think it's a lighter yellow that goes in the middle, of those rings, life ring things. I don't know what they're called. Life ring? No. I want to say life vest, and that's not right, is it? And I've started a bit of the beach at the bottom, and then that little bit, and I said this in my floss tube, the little bit at the side that's grey is the fencing. So I've just started that. It's just kind of so that I know where I'm going. I know some people probably get wound up that I don't tend to just follow a complete pattern. It's a bit how my brain works. I'll do a bit over here, and I'll do a bit over there, and I'll do a bit of this. It can be different reasons why I do things the way I do. Sometimes it's, oh, I've got a bit of this floss left on the needle, so I'll do if there's any other bits that need doing, if I can work out where they're supposed to be. One of the biggest fears I had about working on linen especially was that I would not be able to work out where I was supposed to be stitching if it wasn't like a full coverage, if I was trying to pop something else in. And I did have a worry that I would get it wrong. But the night watch one that I'm doing at the moment, I started something the other night on that, which was a bit like that, but because it wasn't too far away from the border on the edge, I worked it out, and I'm pretty positive it's right, because if it's not, I will be gutted. I mean, this actual cross stitch that I'm doing here, this is the second time actually that I've started it. I didn't get as far on the first time as I have now. I started it on a different piece of linen. It was the same type of linen, but it was a different colour, and it was a brighter colour, no, like a lighter colour. And at first I thought it would be nice, but then when I started to do the yellow, and especially the white, I thought, you can't really see these colours, they're not popping. And then I had a look in my stash, and I actually realised that I had some, in fact, excuse the rustling, I'll just have a look here now. Have I got, so it's Zygarde 28 count. Now this says light mocha Brittany Laguna. I think that's that one, because I think the other one, I don't know what I've done with the other one. Oh no, I thought that was it. So I think that's the one that I've got, the light mocha Brittany Laguna. Yeah, I think it is that one. And I'd started on, it was another Brittany Laguna, but it was obviously a lighter colour. I can't remember what colour it was. And I got that from Patchwork Rabbit, which is a British company. I've just made a purchase actually from Patchwork Rabbit today, ready for my birthday, sort of birthday present to myself, because it's my birthday in October. And I bought a couple of things, so on my next floss tube I will be showing you those. I've managed to get, I think it's called Corgi Canoodle, and it's by, let me think who it's by, is it Plum Street? You know, they do sort of like, I've got like the cow pile and sheep heap, those kind of things. This one's part of a series, but it's the corgi one that I really wanted, and it's called Corgi Canoodle, I'm sure it's called. And I've got some others, but I can't for the life of me, because I kept changing my mind. And then I've put an order in for some DMC thread for one of the Barbara Anna ones that I got last time from them. There was, I think, just one lot of the DMC thread that was out of stock, which is no problem. I can pick that up somewhere else. I just thought it's just easier, and you get loyalty points, so I always use, and you don't have to like have so many loyalty points before you can spend them on something else. You know, like some will be, oh, you have to get so many loyalty points before you can use them. You can just use these. So that's great. So I've made that order today, which will hopefully be, because today this probably won't end up on for a couple of days, because I always have loads of trouble actually getting stuff off my iPad onto YouTube because to do with storage. It just never likes how many gigabytes my videos are. Saves everything in the cloud, but it's really strange. I don't know if it's just because it's on my iPad, but I cannot take, well, I cannot, it's weird, I can't take things from my files that are on the cloud onto YouTube Studios. I don't know why. It's bizarre. But I don't have a computer. I only have a work computer, and I cannot use that for personal use. It's blocked. Basically, you can only use it for my actual business use. So there's no chance of being able to do anything other than use the iPad. Yeah, I need to save up and get myself a decent laptop, and then I can do better videos as well, hopefully. But yeah, we'll just have to make do with this. I mean, this is the first time actually I'm trying out putting a voiceover on a video. I've never done this before, so I'm hoping that this works, because if it doesn't and I've done all this talking now, I will cry. Literally cry. I can't believe this has happened. It's not fair. I have no idea how many minutes I am into the actual video now. Well, I should know, because I know, well, I think I know how much stitching I did. I'm trying to think. Yeah, so I'm still quite a fair bit off the end, I think, because I still need to do some of the white and also some of the red on those things that I can't remember what they're called. Oh, so there we go. See? Starting on the red. I must have known it was coming up now. And I'll also say that I don't have a stand. Literally, and this is one of the other reasons why I like doing this in my kitchen, is because I sort of lean it against the table and my legs, and then I can put one hand in front and one hand behind and stitch very comfortably. And I know you can get stands and things that hold it. The only thing that I don't like about, there's a lot of things I don't like about those. Some of them I can't put my, I don't think I can put my actual they're not hoops, are they? I can't think what they're called. They're like Q-snaps, but they're not Q-snaps. In some of the ones, like the freestanding ones, the ones on the table, I don't want to stitch high up on the table. That would hurt my arms. I mean, currently I've got a kind of partially frozen shoulder, so yeah, that's no, and I'd probably end up leaning over, which is not good for my back, because I have a bad back as well, so that wouldn't be good for my back. So I've got to try and find a comfortable way of sitting and stitching. A lot of the time I end up holding it one hand and then stitching with the other hand, so then it takes me even longer, because I'm having to put the needle in at the front and then put my hand behind and pull it out at the back. So if anybody's got any suggestions, I have seen something that I think I would like that kind of folds a lot, but I could only find the one that was the one for standing on a table, and I want the one that stands on the floor. And I think it's probably going to be quite expensive, like £70 to £100, and I can't really justify that amount of money for a piece of wood, essentially. You know, I'm sure they're worth the money, you know, but I don't have that kind of money to throw around. And you know, if you like a lot of people at the moment, we just don't have the money. I'm just going to crinkle some paper, so I do apologise. That's to put these away. I am really loving these Poutini kits though, because of the fact that they come. I've got another one that's, I think it's called Dog Lover, and that one's got like a pin with it. I did order some Poutini pins actually, as well, a while ago from Patchwork Rabbit. I didn't realise that, sorry, zipping up. I didn't realise that it came with the pins and the buttons. So I'd ordered something that was similar, thinking, oh, you know, it's not going to look exactly the same, but this is the best I can do. So I was made up, especially the fact that the patterns aren't expensive when you compare them to other patterns around the same size, and you don't get any pins or buttons. I think they're a really good price that they come with that. And I don't know if every single Poutini pattern comes with something like that with it. So if anybody else out there works with the Poutini, let me know whether or not they do all come with something. I have seen some of the Poutini ones that I do like the look of. But I just, it's like everything, isn't it? I think buying patterns and actually starting them and making them are two totally separate hobbies. It's like knitting and crochet is one hobby and buying yarn is another hobby. You know, I mean, I've got yarns that I know I'll probably never use. I just love, they're just a beautiful colour, and I was like, I need these yarns because they're so pretty and they feel so nice and they look so nice, but I'm never going to use them. And one thing I really do love is caking them up as well. I absolutely love caking them up. So I've got my little thing here, I don't know if you can hear. That's all my husband can hear sometimes, some days. If I'm in a bad mood, you'll just hear that thing going. The only thing is that I do get my balls of wool sometimes a bit tangled up. Then I get a bit frustrated because I've not got the crank, what's it called, the other bit, it's got a name, like the umbrella thing that you need for your wool. I've not got one of those, so I just kind of wrap it round a chair, the back of a chair, and hope for the best. I'm getting better at it. I mean, the very first time I tried doing it, I ended up in a massive knot and I just could not undo it at all. I've watched some videos on YouTube since then of people doing tutorials of how you're supposed to do it, and realised that I'd done it completely wrong and I should have watched a tutorial first. I just thought, oh, it'll be really easy. You just plonk your wool on and start cranking it round, and no, you need to sort it out. You need to make sure things are going in the same direction, make sure your wool's not twisted, and lots of different things. But it is very, I find it very relaxing and very satisfying to wind wool. I probably, if I worked in a wool shop, I'd probably be asking to do that job every day. Like, can I crank the wool round, please? I love it. Yeah. I'm just having a look where I'm up to now. I just had a quick look to see how much more video I've got left, and it's quite a bit. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to waffle on for the rest of the video. And I can waffle. So I'm just trying to think, like, it'd be nice to know from you people watching the sort of things that you want to see on Flosstube videos, because I just kind of try and obviously I watch other people's Flosstube videos and I know what I like, but I don't necessarily know what you guys like, and sometimes it can be a personality that you really like rather than what the actual people are doing. I don't think my full kind of personality has come out yet, because I still find this bit weird and daunting, and I can be a bit odd and weird, so yeah, I kind of saving my as my husband calls them, eccentricities, because you don't need to know about them. I kind of feel a bit aware that I keep saying now. I'm sat in my office upstairs, and I will, because this is my craft room as well, I will do a craft room tour eventually. It needs a good tidy up. I've got some ideas of what I want to do, but I've not got the money. That's the money again. I've not got the money yet at the moment to buy some of the furniture. I want to change some of the furniture. A lot of the furniture I've got in here I bought second hand, and it's moved houses several times, and basically with the moves they've not, some of them haven't done very well, and they're on their last legs. But to be honest, I'm surprised some of my Kallax units from IKEA haven't collapsed. Kallax collapsed because when we moved some of the I don't know what you call them, the things that sort of hold the shelves in place got lost or broken. I think as they got broken, sorry. And I did make some new ones, but then they got broke again. And so I just kind of put them in thinking, oh, I'll be getting some new furniture soon anyway. Now it's 2 years on and they're still there. They're still holding up. Most of them anyway. I did lose a set of drawers when we moved this time, as my husband broke them. I wasn't very happy because they were expensive drawers as well from IKEA, so I was not happy about that. So I've got one of the 2 drawer sets that I had. The only thing that I've got new really in my craft room currently is my desk that I got back in, I think, February time. Well, it might have been that. I'm trying to think now. No, it wasn't this year, it was last year. I can't remember now. So I got a new desk from IKEA. I always wanted a big desk, so I got myself a big desk. And I got a small Billy bookshelf and a CD. Yes, I do still have CDs. A CD shelf. And that's it, I think. Oh yeah, and I got some of those pegboard things from IKEA on the wall, but to be honest, I think they're a bit of a waste of time, really. So I think I might buy some of the shelves, might get some of the tall, wider Billy bookshelves, 2 of those, which would fit across, and then just get rid of one unit. Maybe, I don't know whether to keep the drawers or keep the Kallax unit that's on that side, and you're probably thinking, I don't know what you're going on about because I can't see. So I'm sorry, I'm just kind of thinking out loud. I don't know. But I need more room for storage. The thing is, and I've said it before, every time I move, my craft room gets smaller. And I also, this time, I've had to fit my piano. When I say piano, it's not a big proper piano. It's like an electric keyboard, but it's an 88. It's a full size 88 electric piano that's got stand. It's not a stand like one of those just sort of cross stands. I don't know what you call them, plastic ones. It's a proper wooden stand that's got the pedals fixed into it and everything. So I can't put anything around that. So it makes it difficult. I've also got to fit in my stuff for working from home, and I've also got to put some of my stuff that in the other house was in other rooms in here, because this house is smaller than the last house that we lived at. So yeah, it's hard work. And I've got so many different hobbies that I do: sewing, I do painting, I do drawing, I do mixed media art, and like I say, I do knitting and crochet, and I do the cross stitch, and so I've tried needle felting, so I've got stuff for that. And actually I've just done something in knitting that I use some of my needle felting stuff for. So you have a lot of crafts that you kind of might think, well, you know, do I really need that, because I'm not going to do that anymore? But then things that you have for it can come in handy for other crafts that you do all the time. So I was glad that I had saved my needle felting things for it's actually a gnome thing that I'm knitting at the moment. He's almost finished. He just needs I can't make my mind up whether or not to put some embroidery on his hat. I've not made my mind up there. He needs his eyes sewing on. He's kind of in between a gonk and a gnome, but I think actually on the design he's got eyes, and I think he actually looks good with the eyes. Just the black eyes, you know. And he it was his beard that I used the needle felting stuff for, because I did obviously what they said. I used crochet hook to hook them in and everything, but it was still kind of sticking out a bit because I used felt, needle felt. So I thought, I wonder if I use my needle felting needle, if it'll help it to stay in a bit. So I did, and it has. It's made it stay down a bit more. So yeah, and hopefully I'll have him finished off by the next video, if not the video after that. Because I want to get some. When I say he needs his eyes, I need to get some. Because I've got the flat eyes, the safety eyes, but I've not got the size I need for him. I haven't got any round, like, bead eyes. I need some round bead black eyes. I think it said 10mm. The other ones I've got, I think, are about 3mm. So they're definitely not big enough. Yeah, and let me think. That's about it, really. I think. I don't want to bore you too much. What I might do is, if you carry on with the rest of this video, just watching it, put some music on. I don't expect you to carry on watching this to the end of the video. But if you do, or you could just kind of fast forward towards the end of the video and see how far I got, because I'm trying to think how much I did. I know how much I have actually done on it since, but I'm not sure where I got up to on this actual video. I'm thinking I might be coming, I don't know. Oh yeah, I am. I'm coming to the end now. I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.